Hey everybody, David here with Butler Outdoors. We have a really cool video for you today. We're going to be doing a gear review on the KalKal rubber hunting boots. I think it's something you guys will enjoy, so stay tuned. All right, everybody. So we'll start this review out being fully transparent and kind of get this disclosure out of the way. KalKal had reached out to me wanting to know if I would be willing to test and review one of their rubber hunting boots that they make. And I agreed to do so on the stipulation that regardless of how their boots performed, I was going to be fully transparent and honest with my review. I made sure they understood that. Any shortcomings their product may have, I would bring to light. I would not sugarcoat it. And if it was a solid, good performing product, I'd be sure to note that as well. KalKal agreed, and they sent me these hunting boots for free. They did not charge me for them, and they are mine to keep after this review is complete. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and begin with our review. As you can see, they're fully camouflage. Very, very nice looking boot. We'll go over some of the specs and some of the features before we give my impressions with them. So these are 100% waterproof boot. They have a rubber outer with a 6mm neoprene inside inner for their insulation. They also have an air mesh lining to help keep your feet more breathable. Obviously, being a rubber boot, I would expect that your feet will sweat. Every rubber boot I've worn, they tend to make your feet sweat. These have been no different. Let me take a look at my notes here. They have an EVA midsole, anti-slip outsole with a cuff gusset and reinforced toe and heel. So we'll kind of go over those. You can see the cuff gusset here. It is an adjustable strap, so you can expand it, tighten it up, kind of customize the fit to you or how you're wearing them. I've always enjoyed putting my pant legs inside the boot. That keeps my bottom of my pants from getting wet, getting briars, anything like that. And these offer plenty of room to do so. They have a reinforced toe. It may be kind of hard to see here, but with a close-up, you might be able to see how it's built up, and it's thicker here on the toe. That is reinforced. I will say, although it's obviously reinforced and it's thicker than the rest of the boot, it is still pretty soft compared to some other boots that I've worn in the past. So that may be an area that could suffer from durability, but I have not had any issues in the time I've worn these boots. As far as the outsole, it has a very aggressive outsole. The traction on these boots has been excellent. One thing I always look for in boots, and especially rubber boots, is an aggressive outsole, good traction, and they have to have a pronounced heel like this. The terrain I normally navigate when I'm hunting is pretty rough. Walking up and down hills, it's often muddy, slippery. If I don't have a pronounced heel like this, more often than not, I will end up on my butt. So this really does help, especially when going downhill. A couple other features. It has the reinforced heel, like I mentioned, but it also has, I guess you would call these kickoffs, to where you can kick the boot easily off using your other foot, using the edge of your truck door, wherever. It makes them getting off very easily. Um, Fully camouflage, and they're just a good looking hunting boot. So I've worn these boots on multiple occasions. I've had them for about a month now, and so far I've been very impressed with them. With a price point around $75, I think you can get them for on Amazon. They're a good buy. I've worn them doing multiple different tasks, checking trail cameras, hiking. I've also worn them doing some habitat work. Just the other day, I was clearing some of my ATV access trails on my property. So I was running chainsaw, handsaw, dragging out cut brush, walking through thorns, briars, things like that. I really wanted to give these boots a thorough review in the short time that I've had them. So I tried to put them through their paces. I went through, like I said, briars and lots of stuff that a cheap, non-durable pair of boots could possibly fail in. And then I took them down into the creek, walked in. It wasn't very deep water. Probably the deepest was only 6 inches. But that way I could test how waterproof they were. And even after using them for work-related chores, things that could potentially put holes in them or jeopardize their waterproofness, they still remained 100% waterproof. The traction that they provide, walking up steep, muddy banks, they work perfectly. So I've been very impressed with them. Here's a quick clip of me walking down the creek at my property after wearing these boots on a couple of different occasions. By this point, I'd probably had 12 plus hours in these boots, doing habitat work, hiking, walking through briars, doing a variety of different things that could have jeopardized the waterproofness of the boots. And they still performed great, no leaks or anything like that. This clip demonstrates how well the outsole performs on these boots and how good of traction they have. I walked up this steep creek bank going up a muddy deer trail and had no issues with my footing or slipping or anything like that. I was very impressed with how well they performed. There are a few things of, I wouldn't say concern, but definitely to note. Like I had mentioned previously, the toe, we'll go ahead and get this box out of the way. The toe reinforcement might be less durable than some other manufacturers that I've worn boots in the past. There are circumstances where you kick the edge of your ATV getting in or thorns, without a really good reinforcement there, that may suffer over time. But in the time I've had, there hasn't been any issue. For the price point, probably close to half of what some of the other neoprene lined rubber boots are. These have a lot of features and qualities that put them up there comparable to those at a much cheaper, affordable price. What else? Comfort. That's always a big thing as far as hunting boots in general. These are very comfortable. They run fairly true to size. These are a size 12. I normally go with a size 13 so I can wear heavier insulated socks when I'm hunting. Unfortunately, they were out of size 13, so I opted for a size 12, but it fits very well with regular socks. It tends to hug your foot right around the top here, giving you plenty of room up in the gusset and the top of the boot for movement and flexibility. What else about it? Unlike some of the very cheap rubber boots that you may see out there, it has a reinforced sole So even though it does offer, plenty of flexibility in the toe area, the rest is actually reinforced with a metal plate in there. So that helps protect the bottom of your foot, gives you more support when walking over rough terrain. Wore these boots, like I said, walking down the creek. It's a rock bottom creek, and the rocks are very slippery and covered in moss. They provided excellent traction. No issues there. All in all, I think they're a great product, and for the price, it's going to be tough to beat. It really is. So if you're looking for, a quality rubber hunting boot that's waterproof, I would definitely recommend these. If you're wanting to save some money and go with a more budget option. I've worn super cheap rubber boots, the kind you get for work boots. Those are poor options for hunting, in my opinion. They don't offer very good support, insulation, and they tend to be much less durable. And I've worn quite expensive rubber boots, and like I said before, these definitely are closer to that higher end boot than they are the lower end boot at a much more reasonable price. So I'll give you guys a little closer look. Just from the aesthetics, they look good too. I believe this is the Next G2 camo. So they're just a sharp looking boot. All right, there you go. For more information about these boots, you can visit KalKalOnline.com. But be sure to follow my Facebook page, Butler Outdoors. We will be doing a giveaway in the next coming days, so don't miss out on your chance to win a pair of these boots. Thank you.